Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Second Thought Tuesday edition. My name is Yacindy Martin Kapia, an advocate, war survivor, educator, and a mother, a patriot. Tonight, we will be talking about the rottenness of Liberia, and the story is why Liberia. I'll be talking about a few things tonight. We're going to be talking about the rottenness per se, where we stand this moment in time. And I like to play this video. This video stems from the conversation today on Front Page Africa about the young boy that was taken advantage of by SA and have party with, gang SA by people in position of power. His testimony today, that's what I want to focus on. We tried to help this young man out by the government ran and got involved and took him out to a place where he was also abused at the time. And he ran away to go to his mother. Okay. But the story has not ended. I first want to start by saying to the young man, thank you for being brave. And to the mother, thank you for standing with your son and making sure he speaks. At least, at least somebody to talk and the story can start to unfold. And this person hopefully can go away for a long time that he wouldn't hurt another child. Okay. That is my thought process. Now, again, like I said, it's Tuesday night. The conversation today is about why Liberia and the rottenness of Liberia. And why is that? Okay, again, my name is Yacindy Martin Kapia, an advocate for women and children, a war survivor, um, an educator, and a patriot. So let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Like I said, today I want to talk about what is happening. We're here, but I'm going to focus on Liberia tonight, okay, and bring it home. Here we're what we're going to talk about. We're going to first start with this: the rottenness of Liberia. For those of you who don't know, the ACS Organization Society, let's just say the abolitionists, agree with Liberians who were aggrieved and did not like the life that they were living here, former free slave, who decided will return home to find a place to call their own that they will feel comfortable and be human there. I mean, it's 2026. We see what is happening here. And it seems that for 100 and almost 90 years, the foundation that was laid is flawed. It does not fit, has not fit, and it's like a transplant per se. So this is what I want to talk about. But let's talk about this young man. This young man who was SA for days. Literally, they had party with him, a government official who worked in the security department, okay, and his colleagues, apparently who came from the United States, some of them from right here in Georgia, okay. And we need to find those people because here they can be prosecuted here and they can be prosecuted in Liberia, okay. I want to say to the mother, kudos to you, a strong woman, okay, because in Liberia, when a child is violated, instead of it being the state voice the violator, they pin it on the parents. In a place where 90% of the people have no job, 64% live below the poverty line, living in abject poverty, all right, no jobs. Most kids have never left really the country, or where most people still take bath outside. This is not to paint my country bad. this is to speak the truth. Because until we can acknowledge our truth, we cannot fix what is broken and what is lacking. For us to fix, we first have to come to the point that we are short. We have fallen behind. We are not doing what we're supposed to do. In that light, we can find solution. We can't just talk, we can find solution. So I want to say to the mother that I am proud of you. I had an opportunity to talk with you. I'm going to reach out. Okay. Be strong. Those people are in a group. We don't know where they're planning. And hopefully this young man is protected. And hopefully this government will prosecute and protect this child, that he does not disappear, that we do not hear, oh, the parents compromise. In cases like this, it is not within the jurisdiction of the parents to compromise, okay? It is the state who's supposed to make sure the child is protected or the victim is protected. That is the responsibility of the state, okay? To make sure that, to also make sure that that child stays alive and is safe enough to be able to testify. And not that he has, okay? He had come to court, identify his abuser. We do not need to bring him to court anymore to traumatize him any further, okay? That's somebody's child. That's a human being. And that's what I am talking about tonight. Okay, now, okay, now I'm going to play this video and I will play another video. In 2018, Dr. Richardson, Francine Richardson, was hired by the Cummings Foundation, okay, in Liberia. At the time, rape was everyday thing in Liberia that we're talking about. Remember, we've come from the war, and it is noted that over 70% of our women have been raped. And Alexander Cummings thought it was good to bring mental health people, professional people together, and the police. He sponsored it to see how to handle these special cases, the special victims. Okay, the approaches that needed to be taken to give them training. I think they had a week or 2 weeks of training. I don't know how many days they were. I don't remember. But they had some social worker and some police people. I want you to listen to. I'm trying to find a video. All of you know my Facebook, my were hacked, and even my YouTube were taken down. So I want to play this. But before I play this, I want to play this particular video from Edward Trocon Sano. It's Edward Hart, per se. This young man working in the medical field. He comes on every now and then, express himself, and he always in Liberia, he knows what is going on. And before I bring this is what I'm going to play. This is what is happening in the country. I need all of you to pay attention. There's a lot to be said tonight. Listen up. Pay attention.
Of the rich and powerful taking advantage of little girls and yes, little boys. I volunteer at a clinic in Liberia. See picking and dying from rectal carcinoma, rectal cancer, and we know why. And yet, since 1847 to today, those responsible for crimes against humanity in our country are walking free without any accountability. They will not spend 6 months.
So I'm going to start here. Did you hear him? Did you hear Edward? I'm going to also post that this is Edward Hart, okay? Work here in the United States in the hospital. He goes home all of the time. He's always in Liberia. Did you hear this? Today, it may be someone else's child. But did you all hear how our little boys and girls are dying in the hospital in Liberia from rectal cancer? Okay? It's all over the place. And some of you think my children are in gated community. Okay? He said the rich and powerful. Majority of the rich and powerful in Liberia, if you check their history, it came from the government side. It came from the people's money, the resources of the nation that they pride themselves on taking it with no question asked. Majority of Liberian, the so-called rich, that's how they got rich. Tell me, how many innovators there are? What have we produced? What are the different industries in Liberia? That's what we need to talk about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look at this as I go on. So today, I'm going to remove this. I listen to people. I listen to Liberians. I want you to listen to this lady. All right. This, I can't find all of the video, but I have portion of the video. Hopefully Providence still have it. Hopefully they still do. But I'm going to go ahead and play this for all of you to listen. You just heard Edward Hart. I will try to see if I can invite him on this show, like on one of those Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, and then we can see what's possible. I want you people to listen up.
Face it. So now that we have the race issue, and I want to put something else on the table. We look at the rape issue and we are looking at our girl children. Please, let's face it, our little boys are in crisis as well. Yes, they are in serious crisis. And so we have to look at the whole picture. Do not, the other thing, we should stop paying people to get involved. Sorry, our country has been damaged with this paying people for something that concerns their own lives. Yes. We need to cut it off. Yes. Cut it off and let everybody get involved. From the pastor, I don't care if you aladura or whatever you profess to be. Everybody needs to get involved. We are in crisis, and we have to recognize that.
Okay. I got this video from 2018 when the CDC-led government has just taken over. Dr. Richardson have gone to Liberia to do a workshop. Okay. To do a workshop. So this is what I'm playing for you. They are telling us all of these things. This is what was happening. This is what has been happening. Okay. They came from SAing our mothers, cutting their tummy open. Our sons, they transfer over to the regular government. This is on the right after since the CDC are taking over. Okay. I'm not saying either one of them. Then here go 2026. There goes Mr. Hart, Edward Hart. Okay, talking to us about what is happening in Liberia, what is happening to our little girls, our little boys. All right. This is Edward Hart. I'm replaying this because I want this to be documented. All right. Sis Rebecca, welcome. Here we go. I'm going to play that again after I play that, and I'm going to put two of these together and put it on my page. When you're yelling and pointing your finger in the wrong direction, Your kids, the people that you're not looking at, damaging your young girls and your young boys. I want you to listen to Edo. He's always in Liberia.
Today,
And I want to say, Edo, thank you
the
for
rattiness of the rich and powerful taking advantage of little girls and yes, little boys. I volunteer at a clinic in Liberia there. See picking and dying from rectal carcinoma, rectal cancer. And we know why. And yet, since 1847 to today, those responsible for crimes against humanity in our country are walking free without any accountability.
That's Edo. Edo lives here. He's a professional, medical professional. Okay. I will try to get him on this show. Hi, Brother Gus. How are you? Okay. I want you to listen. I've played two videos. One from Dr. Richardson workshop that one of the healthcare worker they had said how our girls and boys, because people want to focus on the girls, were in trouble. How these people were molesting our little boys and girls in Liberia. Okay. And 2026, this is Edo talking to us. All right. You'll be looking for people to point your finger to who have never touched your children, who have never, but you're right there. You're right there. Now, I'm going to go this way and I'm going to say to all of you, I'm going to say to the little boy's mother, okay, this young man that they parted with, they left America, left their children safe and parted with, then left him and threw him by the roadside, left him for dead. And God made it, he survived, okay? And he spoke up today in the court. I'm going to pull Front Page Africa so I can bring it up. All right. I will not, I have a lot of work to do. So here I go, Front Page Africa. I want you to go to Front Page and read the young man testimony. What I'm saying to the Liberian government, you have a responsibility to protect this child. He's a kid. In a word over, okay, the child under age, even if the parents fail that child, it becomes the government responsibility to safeguard and protect that child. It is the responsibility of our government to make sure that that child is protected. And I'm saying right now to all of you, at this point, in this moment, right now, as I speak, okay, the child have already testified and identified who his perpetrator is. And he said two other people, that man should be made to produce those other people that were with him because those were his guests. All right. That he collected that boy and had the party. This is a man who is a director in NSA. That's not his first time. You know, when my brother was a youth advisor to the president, and I'm going to play this video here. Okay. I'm going to play the video here. My late brother, Dr. Emmanuel Dolo. Okay, because I want to make a point of that. How long these people have been molesting our children. Okay. Okay. I want you to listen up here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this. Dr. Dolo had this interview, I believe in 2018. Yes. 2018. As he was battling cancer. I want you to listen. I'm giving you pieces of evidence. Okay. As somebody who teaches history and government, we believe in different resources to make sure whatever we are saying, we have evidence to go with it. So here we go. I'm going to play this too. I'm going to put all of this together and I'm going to put on your Facebook. This is Dr. Dolo. May his soul rest in peace. This is my beloved brother. Okay. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay. Who left too early. But here it is. I'm going to go ahead and play this.
and they got a master's degree in the state to be, say, a communicator. And now you were appointed as a communications manager in a particular entity, or a social scientist who was sent to deal with youth. You're going to have to create youth programming from scratch. I'll give you an example. There was a person on here who asked, what did I do or what did I accomplish as National Youth Policy Advisor to the President? Let me give you some examples. Some of the rude awakenings that we had was I went into the prison to look at how many young kids below 17 or even below.
Okay, I need you people to listen carefully. He went to the prison so as to find information to come back to advise the president and the vice president. And I want you all to listen. Okay, this is 2018. This is 2018. Right at the turnover, 2018, Liberian people, you'll listen. You'll listen carefully. All right? Yes, I'm on the road today. I want you all to listen. There we go. Dr. Dolo, continue.
18 that were placed in prison to find out why and what could be 17 or even below 18 that were placed in prison to find out why and what could be done for them. At the time we got to the prison, we had lots and lots of 17-year-olds who've been riding motorcycles for people within, some of them in government, some outside of government, some of them private sector folks who were operating commercial motorcycles. These kids were being engaged in contracts when they were not at the age, the appropriate age to engage in contracts. So when you give a person a job to drive your motorcycle, your commercial motorcycle, and at night when they're driving and somebody knocks them out and the motorcycle gets stolen, the next day you grab these young people and you put them in jail. They go to jail and they stay there for 6, 7, 8 months. And some of them get sodomized in prison.
Did you hear that?
We saw a whole host of them there. Now, the system, as we saw, it was not ready to be able to provide for the needs of those young people. First, for the treatment of the sodomization that they had experienced. So a vicious cycle of sodomization began. Those kids were in jail for a long time. Our court system could not facilitate their movement through the court system fast enough, the judicial system fast enough for them to get appropriate judgment. Also, the people who placed them in jail, who had taken them to the prisons or to the police system, some of them were no longer around to address their needs. So there were systems inadequacy and there were structural inadequacies to deal with their needs. There was also a job program that we created. Went around all 15 counties and created a job program.
Okay, so that was Dr.
And
Dolo.
they're also made up of human beings.
Okay, that was Dr. Dolo telling y'all about the system. This is on YouTube. You can go find it from Focus on Liberia. This is what was happening in our country. They were taking our children, putting them in jail under the last UP-led government while they molest them, boys, mostly boys, in the jail. So by the time they stay there long, they say come out, they're victims, they're angry, they're all over the place doing the exact thing to other people. And you'll be pointing your finger. Okay? Who are going in jail to molest those children? Who? We're seeing the output, we're seeing the answer. NSA director having parted with a 16-year-old. That man should have been in jail all this time. You say somebody cost you. You send a warrant out, arrest them, put them in jail before they can even go to court. They must build themselves out first. I don't know anywhere that insult that people be in jail for insult. Nowhere I know. Especially a country that has a cop carbon copy of the American Constitution that talk about freedom of speech. And I hear a whole host of people talking, all freedom of speech with responsibility. I live in the United States. I see people turn your mouth into toilet. I see them post a wife on their dress picture. I see them accusing of so many things. He got work to do. Number one, if the president of the United States sue, the people will have the right to sue him. Or they will do discovery. You see, everybody, they call him with a file name all day long. He's not going to court. And the court that is going on with this Jesse guy, we know Jeremiah and his group are behind it. Because he's trying to intimidate people. He's a dictator. Okay? He come to our Kenny as our nephew. He want to make sure any man from Nemakante that wear pants, he must drop it down for him so he can be rude them. If not, you will not have food on your table. That's Jeremiah Kun. He tells you straight up. Maybe you were changing that. He does not like educated people because they're too complex. They ask too much question. They want to go through process and procedure. They want processes. You don't care for that. He does not. I'm saying it, and I don't care what I said. Okay? Now, next thing we're going to do here, we're talking about this guy, this, what is happening, this NSA people, all right? You all remember Etheridge? Hey, Pastor, you all remember Etheridge? The young man that were accused of, well, a few of them when they could not get to Funani Kofa and they say he burned down the Capitol building. I still say, if the Capitol building were not burned down by natural disaster due to socket shortage and water and neglect, those that were in charge need to be asked questions. That includes Gregory Coleman. And I keep telling you, Gregory Coleman is so he needs to recuse himself. Okay, he is so he needs to recuse himself. All right, but before I come to Gregory Coleman, I want to talk something. Let me bring this Front Page Africa article up today, where it is a shame. It is a shame for a nation that is 180 years old. All right. A nation that is 180 years old, I'm not more, okay, that has over 1 million of its youth population strung up on drugs, addicted, or can live without. 90% unemployment, hopelessness is everywhere. You can see in people's faces. You see women my age. I was in Cyclopedia and I saw this lady and I was giving out sanitary pads. And this lady looked so old when I said this and said, yeah. This lady said I could be her mother. And when she called her age, I was shocked. You could see the hard times. You could see this beautiful young girl that had turned so old. And I saw that a cousin of my father came to America. When I met him, he looked so old. In 6 months, we saw that man, nobody made him up. It looked like he took 30 years of it, like he had gone through plastic surgery. This is the country I'm talking about. Liberia. Y'all remember this young man? Y'all remember Carmen Abrego Garcia? Y'all remember him? The one that was supposed to be deported to Liberia. In fact, when we were on what they call it, they say whatever talk it was, on Sekou Sherry show in Liberia. My lawmaker came on that show and said, if you take people whose rights have been violated, when this government change, those countries will face prosecution. Liberia was chosen and agreed upon as a safe haven for former free slaves. The Constitution dictates that it's a safe haven for Black people. That's why the Miriam Makeba of the word, the Nelson Mandela, the Latoya Jackson, all of these people, Kima, whatever, I can't remember his whole name, okay? That when I used to play the saxophone, all of them were going to Liberia. But the problem that happened with Liberia is, I know everybody want to tell how good Liberia was. Yes, from your vantage point. I can say the same. My family cannot say the same. Just as right now, 90% of the Liberian people are struggling, and those in a position of power are enjoying. Those people will call it the good old days. We failed to create a place of inclusion, to share the wealth, to build a nation of inclusion, regardless of, we came from being persecuted, discriminated against, we became just like it's happening today. You all see what happened in Germany? The very people who ran away from persecution, internment, and all of that, they became just everything that they spoke against. You have a nation with 90% unemployment. 64% of your people can't find food to eat. Over 1 million of your young people, the future of the nation, are in peril, plagued with addiction. Waga said it too. In 2023, on the Rise TV, when he was looking for a job, he was lying. Now, I want you to listen to this man. But before you listen to your justice minister, I also think he needs to recuse himself. But let me speak to this briefly. The legislature in Liberia has lost his mojo or his ability. There is no way in heaven or in hell, Hugh Masekela, that is correct, Sis Nora, thank you, that a police director, IG, is citing a senator who is questioning the infestation, the illegal substance that have plagued the nation. And now he writing his own letter that he's the Lord and gospel. He is the judge, the jury, and the executioner. I told you before, the IG needs to answer some question. He needs to recuse himself, or he needs to be fired. But we learned allegedly, he threatened that if he is to be removed, everybody will go down with him, allegedly. I'm not there. All right. I know if they can put me in jail, they want to. That's their problem. We have to deal with that. And I don't care. All right. So now let me send this message to the Liberian people. You're talking about investors. And I keep saying this to all of you. I'm a business major. Investors are not stupid, especially international corporation or cross-cultural businesses. They learn your culture, they learn your, there's something called the pastel analogy or theory, okay? It includes your political environment as the capsule that holds all of the environment. So your political environment, okay, determine your legal environment. Your political environment determine your economic environment, your cultural environment, okay, movement, okay, people mentality. So if your political environment is unstable and toxic, okay, the people do not trust the court system to invest in your nation, okay, Because when people invest, they don't invest because they feel sorry for you. They don't invest because they like you girls or you boys. They do not invest because they like the name of your nation, your president. They invest for the return on investment. That's why people go into business. That's why entrepreneurs take what you call it, they take risk. All right. The essence of taking risk is that they will eventually be rewarded. And the reward is return on the investment. So they're not coming to your country because they like you. Okay. The only organization or company that will come to your country, it will be those that are coming to loot you, to give you a penny on a dollar. You're not going to give. You know who's going to give? Your leaders now. Majority of them are splitting there. All of the construction contracts in Liberia, their name is in the back. When you see the percentage, when they reduce it, it's coming in the back. Some of them who left government ever since, they and their children still receiving whatever contracts I will put there. Why do you think when they come back, this is my pepper bush, the person didn't take it? And let me tell you something, those who destroy cannot build. Those who build the system that have benefited them, they're not going to change it. You can keep electing them. They will never change it because it benefits them. You tell me, why would a man who, according to the Constitution, make $1,000 a month will change the law when it says his perks, okay? He get 5 people to work for him, and he should pay them a certain amount of money, 800, 1,000, and then he hire his own family, and when he does, he tell them, I'm going to pay you $150, $200, other 800 come to me, okay? So he got 10 of those people, and he getting 10,000 for those people, all right? And then he getting $200. He got $8,000 left by himself. Decide what he getting. Why would a man who gets in his car, no matter when he wake up, he gets up, he gets in the car, he get on the road, he put on his siren while he going to work late, and he's supposed to be to his work on time? Why would he give up that? He have to be exceptionally patriotic, humble, and have very high integrity to do that. It will not happen, especially the Liberian we know. That's where we are. People who are getting $2,000, $3,000 to buy gasoline, to be generator, to pollute the air, they're not using that kind of money. Why would they give up that? So all of you can get a job. When I hear Liberian people say there are no investors, they are investors. The Liberians around the world are the investors. No other organization in Liberia bringing 800 million just in remittance annually. And you talk about what travel and expenditure that when we come on the ground and the things that we ship. Let's look at those things. We're talking billions of dollars. Nobody, no individual, no company make that kind of contribution in Liberia. We are the investors. And I'm telling you what, time is running out because somebody like me, or like my brother Gus here, or like Toby, or like Sis Nora, who is in and out, or Lenore, okay, Sis Rebecca, who have investment in Liberia, all right? Majority of us are losing the hope of moving back to Liberia. No good hospital. All right. Everybody said, come and build a house. So we built a house 2007. We never slept in it. What good is the house for me? I would have put that money away to pay my college tuition for my children. That tomorrow when they finish, they could help me out. Who am I building a house for? You purchase land. The moment you turn your back, they sell it 3 times, 4 times. You come, people say you should go to court. The first thing you talk to a lawyer, you say, I'm getting $2,500. Like for instance, when we bought our property in Marshall in 2007, the lot was $500. Okay, people took it. Now you're telling me just to talk to you as a lawyer, I should give you $2,500. So before we even get to the court, why would I want to do that? Why should I? It don't make sense to me. Especially those of us who work very hard. So let me say to you, and let me bring you to this understanding. These refugees, those of us who came to this country in the late 80s, the early 90s, we're facing out, whether we believe it or not. There are two things that is certain. One is you're born. If you're born, you're going to die. And every day you live, it's not one more day, it's one less day. Because if you get what? 2 score plus what? 1, all right? And somebody like me who I reached 60, I got 1 more score. The rest is downhill. So why would I want to work where I'm still strong, invest in a place that I might just have to run away and bring, because my children are coming home with me. Okay? My children got hard hair like me. They're not going to succumb. You know, when my aunt was sick, it's more than 10 years ago. We're in the hospital at the time. I had a cousin that was a minister in Liberia. And we're having a conversation. And he said to me, he said, yeah, you're brilliant, but you're too idealistic. You cannot survive in Liberia. You will not survive in Liberia. You can't survive in Liberia. And I was broken when he said that to me. I felt bad. So why would you say that? He said, people like you will not survive. Here's why. You will get frustrated, you will leave, or they will poison you. The only way Liberia can change it, there must be a mass migration, or the leader that takes over have to be intentional. We have not gotten either. No intentional leadership, no mass migration. Majority of the people that are moving are people that are already tired, that want to stretch the low social security or retirement funds. Somebody get old, but still have energy to do a lot of stuff, a lot of property, want to invest in, got business idea that can put people to work. Why would I want to take money? Why would I want to go maybe sell everything that I have? I've done that before. We've done that before in 2007 to start all over. Where would I start from when I got 10 more years to still have a good life? So I want you people to listen. I talked about 2 things. I talk about we, the Liberian in the diaspora, we are the middle class that Liberia never created. We're already made. I can call the pastor, my brother, the Noah here, and say, listen, we need to talk to 10%. Each of us can come up with $10,000. That's $100,000. We can go ahead and start a small storage place in Cape Ma, where everybody can go fishing, or rabbit sport. That's the thing. Okay. And we can find a market. All right. Right there, we can hire everybody who bringing fish from the sea. Start a cold storage. Start a what do you call it? A smoke place there, and say we're going to contact the FDA in America. We're going to look for people to do this. I'm just giving you a business idea. I'm a business major, and I'm not holding on to that. You first need the initial capital to do that, okay? And talk to people. Right there in that place, you create job for them. As you create the job for them to go and come back, you can say, okay, we're going to change your environment. Liberian government, we're coming to you. We have $100,000. We want to borrow $200,000 small business loan for Liberian. We don't want big interest. 1% interest would be good. Give us 5 years. Okay, we're going to go and look at and build subdivision for those people to give them a livable place while they come, even at $10 a month that they're paying on that place, or $20 or $50, but they're making money at the same time and still have a decent life. That's how you build a nation. No nation has been built by individual. The very United States that we're talking about, it took a welfare system, a socialist system to to leapfrog it. That's what happened. When you talk about small businesses, talk about the government, I see, you know what? I'm not going to talk about Sekou Dukle today. I will talk about Sekou Dukle for 10 minutes tomorrow in the morning in a business. But let me say to Liberian people, if you need a law to be spelled out to you for you to treat other people the way you want to be treated, you are not a good person. You're not an ethical person. If you will follow exactly what the Bible say or the Holy Quran say, knowing that you're hurting other people, you're not a good person. You don't need a law to tell you to feed other people. You don't need religion to tell you that when people bleed, it hurts. Okay? But I'm going to play this with your justice minister, Liberia people justice minister. What a shame. What a shame. Now, I was coming to talk about Amarokwane. You would think, and I talked about that earlier, but with this man, Gregory Coleman, you would think it would be the Senate that would be summoning the IG to get us, because he told us B people here were in this drug business. Not only he, the former LDA told us that. Gregory Coleman told us that this man should have been at the hearing of the judiciary to tell us what is going on. But they're threatening people to try to silence people. They're using intimidation because they're in a position of power, and that's what they're doing in Liberia. Exactly, they do. They do. Here we go. I want you to listen to this man.
We will send out a listing. We have done our own technical flash around with the technical screens and to make sure. Most of them are people who believe had the immigration violation, immigration offenses. Okay. But we will screen them, that will have been screened. The manifest will be sent out, we will look at it for screening, and we have the right before they arrive to reject any policy or not desirable for our country. Relative to the security matters, those.
So let's first establish this. Liberia have no security system. So that's a lie. This is a lie. And it seems like in Liberia, in our household, morality is non-existing. We have no ethics. I don't even think we teach ethics at our school. Me, as a middle school educator, or K1 through 12, from the very onset, kindergarten, we teach our children. Integrity is doing the right thing at all times. It does not matter if you benefit or not. The second thing is the golden rules. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Although it's not seen in every area at times, people will go and people will change their mind. But when I hear Liberian leaders speak, it's very, very offensive how they're able to stand and lie straight face. Mr. Oswald, you're talking about you did all the security check. What security check? That is a lie. All right? I'm not saying those people are criminal. I'm also saying, according to Donald Trump, he put them in jail and deported them to your country. Those people came from other people's country. They are human beings. When you people are talking about human rights, that is abuse. I had my lawmakers show up on a Liberian platform last year to tell Liberian people, to warn them, Dana McLeod, to let you people know that what is happening is an abuse. It is wrong. Don't buy in because you're being threatened, because you have refused to lead. Roll up your damn sleeves, all right? Have a vision, put your thinking cap on and say, I will take my nation from here little by little. You are waiting for handout before you can do anything. I see another guy joined JMB's son. He's running around the place. He show a building. This is what CDC built. This is what UP is building. It's like we all got pre-dementia. We all forgot that UP were in power for 12 years. That UP got billions of dollars. That our man knocked her chest and said when her son Ben robbed some of the agency. You forgot Liberia were paying foreigners to come in, pay $20,000 and $30,000. You forgot we came from paying our lawmaker $1,000 a month to paying them $10,000 and $15,000 and $20,000. And then you say, thank you to JMB and World Bank. It is a damn World Bank project. It's not JMB project. I'm yet to see JMB feasibility study. When did he study that? When did he decide that? Who are the engineers or architects that he used? Who are the city planner that he used? Those are the people who call geniuses of society, those who project cities and all of that. Where are they? Where are the administrators that he assembled to come up with this idea? Most of y'all, the level of ignorance. I'm not putting my nose on the people, but I know what I don't know. And I know what I know. And I know what I don't know. I do. And once you hear a Liberian saying it's getting better, it means it's getting better for them, they and the family, not the rest of the nation. Every time government speak, is World Bank or African Development Bank. I don't know any country that African Development Bank or World Bank built. I don't know. This man is telling us, these people that they've been grabbing in the street, shipped to a country, you got your country drug infested. You can't get answer. Your children are being SA left and right. Your vice president said, we are existing by the grace of God. There's no security. Your borders are polarized. Guinea has taken over your borders. Drugs are coming from every extension. And you're taking in people where a system, where the day you are conceived, you are documented. Even when you die after 200 years, they still have documentation on you and your family. And you even get poo place. You're telling all you investigated. You know how to investigate as well? You know how to investigate. You got $317 million drug and you don't know who got it. And all of your pointing finger. You know how to investigate, oh man. You know how to investigate that your put fire on our Capitol building and burn it and you start lying people. You know how to investigate? You know how to investigate as well? You do? You know how to investigate that your minister, as a little 14-year-old girl, and lie and say you had never met her, and people put him there, and you decided, you, the justice minister, they take the girl sample and send it to America to expert that it never came. You say 3 months later, after the people are waited and say you want to take new one, 3 months after she not menstruate, for 3 months after she not take bath, for 3 months after she not wash her hair, you want to sample so you can take it. As well, you know how to investigate. Oh, the same way you are going to take Bravo in Garcia, and he fought a case, You were going to join to have him violate his human right, to violate his civil right. You, for a few dollars, you're lazy. When your Liberian leadership, Liberians are lazy, you're lazy. The people learn from their leaders. When leader leads, the people are going to follow. You're lazy, you're lack vision, you're dishonest. Most of you are roguish, self-centered, unpatriotic. I'm saying it, and I with no apology. Okay, let me play here. This is Oswald, and these things are being documented. Thank God they're being documented. These people are annoying. These people are and this is Gregory Coleman. I want you to listen. Here's Gregory here. This dude right here, this dude right here will be prosecuted. This Gregory Coleman. This is supposed to be the police IG. Now he thinks he's the Lord and gospel. Yeah, it is.
This thing was definitely sanctioned as state actors at the very, very senior level of this government, of the Republic of Liberia. We have identified key players. This thing was definitely sanctioned as state actors at the very, very senior level of this government, of the Republic of Liberia. We have identified key players. This thing was
okay. This is Gregory Coleman.
definitely
The very man that said this now is telling us that he is going to summon, okay, American. Imagine the police RG. This man is questioning who is a senator, who is doing his oversight job, telling him, thank you, Toby. All right. Now he's telling us, okay, that he is sending letter to Summer, a sitting senator, forever. This dude need to be in front of the Senate. This dude need to be in front of the Senate. The way he needs to be. So I'm going to end this. I came on here. It took me a while to get on here. I came on here and I want to. Oh, I didn't share it on my page. Give me 1 second. Let me share this. Okay. So my question I asked again, why Liberia? Hey, Weber says, why Liberia? So let me recap. All the video I play was from 2018. The CDC-led government had just taken over. When Dr. Emmanuel Dolo talked about the rape that were going on with boys in jail in Liberia, they were under the UP-led government. The tip I showed you the last time with Moba Malu in ghettos, making promises and saying thank you for the people voting was 2018, April. We are being in power January, February, April, 3 months. On Central Street, and I play all that video for you. Here, you want me, I was sending your inboxes. When they went to, I think they said King Gray, and they raided the whole place with all the young boys and girls who were drug addicted, and they took them from the place and they said they were carrying them. You remember those children that were on drugs that the guy named Jake took them to the beach, and we don't know whatever happened to Jake. Okay, the former U.S. Marine that were in Liberia. You remember that? Thank you. All right. Let me state clearly. Gregory Coleman needs to be questioned based on his statement. Gregory Coleman is the number 2 law enforcer in Liberia. The LDA, he had literally taken over everything that the LDA does. He stay here, knows he like a fly on the wall. He needs to recuse himself. If you putting all that money in security sector, the speaker alone got $500,000 budget. Phoebe does not have that much money. Ganta Medical Hospital does not have that much money. You put millions and millions of dollars into security, while the very security is molesting Liberian children. Gregory Coleman was in charge of the Capitol building, because the night that Capitol building was burned, the day before there were protests, they beat up the people and dragged them, took them to jail. He was in charge. How does he not know? Now I get where he name, so wherever his name is, here, telling us they did security check. We did security check on. Liberia was not created for deportees. It was created as an oasis, as a safe haven for people who were being persecuted. America has system that can connect every generation, anybody that have ever mentioned your name if they want to. You have nothing. You can't even fight for your own border with a country that you helped to give independence to. And the justice minister. So when we teach in Liberia, when we teach in Liberia growing up, do we teach ethics? Is there a standard of ethics in Liberia? Is there a standard of morality? Is there certain rule that people don't cover? And let me say to all of you, your religion is not above the state. The Quran is not above the state. The Bible is not above the state. Before the Bible came, before the Quran came to Liberia, let me explain to you. We had a religion called animism. My people spoke to their ancestor. They made sacrifices. They went to the river. They believed there was higher power. We were not savages as people assume. We live in harmony among ourselves in tribal group. And if there were issues, people had intermarriages. So the family entwined to kind of bring everything down. So it worries me, and I'm trying to think from my own childhood, because we were a community. I remember I couldn't even tell my siblings, you lie, I will get whooped. At a certain time of the day, if my neighbor saw us outside, we got slapped in the back or got whooped and ran back into the fence. Remember, I said, you know that. You know us from Oro. You know that. I will claim the plum tree to see when it falls something, to see if our parents were coming home. The moment we saw the car, everybody ran inside. What happened to us as a nation? So I'm going to show you this last one. This is one of your director at NSA. I play enough and I will put the rest of the tape on my Facebook. Okay. This dude molested a child. He was arrested. He's laughing. Even the attorney that was walking side by side with him, somebody's child, a grown man. I heard he got children. Majority of the people that can be friendly for, most of them, listen, if you're a grown man and you want to sleep with other people, that's your problem. That's your personal problem. That's not my place to ask you to do with your body what you want to do with your body. But when children or when people, just to get a job, are under duress, you are harassing them because of situation that the leaders have created, constrain our people and dehumanize them. Look at this dude. Look at this old dude. I can't wait for those one that came from America to be prosecuted. I can't wait for them to be found. Yeah, Toby, I'm from over. I'm right from the Mandingo graveyard. Right in the back. Riverside knows me very well, all my siblings. Yeah. Right there in the dirt before you go to Bapia. Yes. This is the guy right here. This is one of your top security people. And his job is to molest people's children. Liberia. This too. Okay? And I want to end tonight's show with this. Those of you who tune in, thank you. Okay? I'm going to end this show with this. I want to say thank you to all of you who tune in. I have played a lot of video for you tonight, giving you evidence of what happening in Liberia with the drugs. This was not the biggest drugs we arrested. We arrested $500 million drugs under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. In fact, the Americans were involved, just that they're involved in this one now. 500 million. And I still don't believe the amount of drugs that they say they burn, that what his name said they burn. Okay, 9,000 pounds of narcotic substance that have been burned over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, you are telling me you just put it and it went poof and it burned. And me, as an informed, educated woman, I'm supposed to agree that that's the truth. That is a problem. That is a serious problem. Anybody who believes that, that's on you. I'm not going to tell you not to believe what you believe. You saw that. You saw that. All of you saw that. I'm going to finish this show with this. About 1 million Liberians are addicted to drugs. This is how I'm going to go out. I want you all to think about this. 1 out of every 4, that's 25% of the population. 70% or more of the population is youth. This is what we're going to do. Here we go. See right here? I want you to listen. I want you to look at the drugs that those people say. I know Osma Road, all those places. I'm walking my walk of all place. Okay. I want you to think and look in the back when the people are burning. Tell me if that 900 pounds, think about 900 pounds of a substance that was refined, went through more than 200 degrees Fahrenheit to have it refined. Almost like you're making liquor, making king juice. You're watching. Liberia, God have mercy. Go play that.
Government officials and recommended a Liberian President Joseph Boakai has dismissed a dozen government officials and recommended a handful for investigation following massive drug busts in recent months that have generated a public outcry for more stringent action. An estimated 1 in 4 young Liberians is affected or dependent on a substance called Kush, leading many to drop out of school and live on the streets as homeless youths, commonly known as Zogos.
Liberian authorities destroyed nearly 4 tons of cocaine on July 30th that had been seized in one of the country's.
So everybody, you look at this. You tell me, I'm just. Does that look like 4 tons of drugs to y'all? Let's go back small. Let me just take it back small. I just want you to see that. Okay. Okay, you look at that slowly. You look at that. That 4 ton right there. Where they pour all the tire, just wash it. Is that 4 ton? 900, not 900, 9,000 pounds. 9,000 pounds of drugs. You see that? That is there. That 9,000 pounds of drugs there to you. Some people got that drugs. You see that? Me, I will continue to play that because we all got to see. Does that look okay? Like 9,000 pounds of drugs right there. They pour tire and put that on it. You know how they destroy that in America? They put it in the incinerator. They burn it at certain degree Fahrenheit. They use infrared camera that detects the temperature to tell you what temperature is being burned at. And if they were burning cocaine over there, folks, they men are not wearing clothes. He would be scratching his body. That whole area would have been polluted. The air would not be breathable. Yeah. Somebody will say you drug analyst, no, you do research. That's what educated people do. They research. I know all of those places. Smart Road, RPA, the shop right there where Kennedy then used to live, and Joel then before we go to Joe Bar. I don't know where anything look like anymore. That's almost 40 years ago. Yes. So you see that, but let's finish that. In the year, 1 in every 4 Liberian. Let's go.
Liberian authorities destroyed.
So there go your 900 pounds of drug. I will stop here. That's not 900, 9,000 pounds of drug. 9,000 pounds. I say 100 pounds. So I say 200 pounds. So I say 300 pounds. So I say 9,000. Can I see you good? Okay. Does this look like 9,000 plus pounds to y'all, Liberian people? Now, all I say, me, I'm just asking. Maybe I'm unreasonable in trying to see. So I can see how that is. So, and I want to say to all of you, thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode, second to Tuesday evening. Folks, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're still working on the show in Liberia. Hopefully, we'll get on the air soon. I'm supposed to call somebody. People have been reaching out to me. There's a radio station I actually been reaching out to me. Maybe I'm going to use that. I've been waiting for more than to see what will happen. Thank you, sis Veronica. I'll talk to you later. You'll look at those though. Is that not over 9,000 pounds of drugs here? Is that? Are you guys not sad when people ask me, why are you angry? This morning, I actually wrote somebody. They woke me up at 4 in the morning. And I wrote them. I said, you need to stop. The costs are too much. I don't want to have stroke. I don't want to have heart attack. The costs are too much. When people ask us why we're mad, we work hard for our money. It's also very difficult to tell people no when they're struggling. And it seems that what most of us are doing. But let me say to you, Liberian in the diaspora, we're the only reason that Liberia is still standing. And this particular generation is facing out. You will not get the kind of replacement that we have, because majority of us are connected to our family, connected to the land. Our children, majority of them are not as connected as we are. They're not going to work, especially the hard times in America, and send you the money that we do. So now is the time. That said, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please share. God bless and good night.